Good morning students, welcome back to the online class. So in our last video we have studied the different sources of fibers. Okay, it was what it may be plant fibers or it may be animal fibers. So we can get fibers from either plants or from animals, or it may be synthetic. Okay, so some of the plant fibers were like cotton fiber and jute fiber, and some of the animal fibers were like wool and silk. Okay, so today let's discuss about this activity 3.1, which is given in your book. Here it is said that feel the hair on your body and arms and those on your head. Okay, yes, now touch your body means you can touch your hand. Okay, do you feel some amount of hair? Yes, we do. And also now you touch your hair. Okay, your hair, long hair which you have in your head, you touch it. Now do you feel some differences? Yes, because we have more hair in the head and they are thick compared to the hair of our skin. Okay, so now here it is asked, do you find any differences? Which one seems coarse and which one is soft? Of course, coarse hair is which one? It is our hair which we have in our head. Okay, and the soft ones are the hair which we have in our body. Okay, like hands and arms or legs. Okay, now let's see the types of fiber which is found on sheep. Okay, so here it is said, see this paragraph, like us the hairy skin of sheep has two types of fibers that form its fleece. So how many types of fibers does a sheep have? They have two types of fiber. Now let's see the first one. The first one is the coarse beard hair, and the second is the fine soft under hair close to the skin. So what? The coarse beard hair, they are what? Just like a beard, they are long compared to the fine soft under hair. It is said under hair, that means the soft hairs, they will remain under the coarse beard hair. Okay, and these soft hairs are what? They are remaining very much attached to the skin, just like the fine soft hair which is found on our hands, arms and on our legs. Okay, just like that. So now let's see, the fine hair provide the fibers for making wool. So for making wool, which type of fiber we are using now? That is fine hair. That means the fine soft under hair, we use it for making wool. Okay, not the coarse beard hair, we use only fine hair for making wool. Okay, some breeds of sheep possesses only fine under hair. So now here breeds means what? Varieties of offspring, means varieties of sheep. So some of the variety they are having only fine under hair, means they are having only the soft fine hairs in their skin. Let's see why. Their parents are specially chosen to give birth to sheep which have only soft under hair. Okay, so chosen, we choose the parents so that we can get a sheep which are having only soft fine hairs. Okay, now this process of selecting parents for obtaining special character in their offspring such as soft under hair in sheep is termed as selective breeding. So now this process of selecting parents for obtaining special character is known as what? Selective breeding. And what is the special character we have done this selective breeding for? That is to get a sheep which are having only soft fine hairs in their body. Okay, so students, do remember the word selective breeding and why we do this selective breeding. So all this you must remember. Now let's see about the animals that yield wool. Okay, those animals from which we are getting wool. See this image where we can see a sheep. This is a picture of a sheep, isn't it? So this sheep is having what? Having a hair in its body. Okay, so the hairs which we are looking here, which we can see, are what? These are the, which type of fiber is it? These are the coarse beard hair. Okay, and can we see the fine soft hair which is underneath? Can we see it? No, because those are covered with the coarse beard hair. Okay, so this sheep, they are having two types of hair in their skin. Now in our last class we have discussed the animals that yield wool. Okay, different types of animals which are from which we can get wool we have discussed. The first animal is what? It is sheep, and the others were like yak. We can get wool from yak, angora goats, different variety of goats. Then we can also get from camels, llama and alpaca. So these were the animals which we can from which we can get wool, and the extraction of wool from this variety of animals depends upon the availability of animal in different places. Okay, people from different places, they extract wool from different animals. Okay, we have already discussed in the previous video. So if you have not understood, then you can go through the previous video once again. And now let's begin with a new topic, that is from fibers to wool. That means how we get wool from different fibers. Okay, we shall discuss about the different processes. Okay, so here let's see, for obtaining wool, sheep are reared. Reared means sheep are being taken care of, or the sheep are brought up, just like we bring up our kids, our child, isn't it? So like that, how the sheep are being taken care of, or how they are being brought up. Okay, that is called rearing. Okay, or sheep are reared. Okay, their hair is cut and processed into wool. So what we do, the hair of a sheep, they are being cut and they are processed into wool. So we are getting wool from where? From the hair of a sheep. Yes. So let us learn about these processes. Now let's see about the process in detail. Okay, rearing and breeding of sheep. If you travel to the hills, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, or the plains of Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat, you can see shepherds taking their herds of sheep for grazing. We came to know that people from different places like Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat, what they are doing? The shepherds. Okay, shepherds. Now who are the shepherds? The person or the people who take care of the sheep. Herd of sheep means group of sheep. Okay, who are taking care of the sheep are known as shepherds. Understood? Okay, so these shepherds, what they do? They take this herd of sheep for grazing. Grazing means what? The animals which are eating grass are known as grazing animals, isn't it? So the shepherds are taking the animals for feeding them to the field. Okay, sheep are herbivorous. Sheep are herbivorous and prefer grass and leaves. Now rearers, the person who is rearing sheep or taking care of sheep is known as rearers. Now these rearers, what they do again? They will take care of the sheep by feeding them on what? Pulses, corn, sowers, oil cakes. Okay, we are giving them also pulses, corn, jowar and oil cakes. That means sheep are eating all these things also. Okay, other than grass and leaves. Now in winter, sheep are kept indoors and feed on leaves, grain and dry fodder. Sheep are reared in many parts of our country for wool. So we are rearing sheep. Why? We are taking care of sheep. Why? So that we can get wool. Table 3.1 gives the names of some breeds of sheep reared in our country for producing wool. Yes, we got some of the names of different animals from which we can get wool. Those were like yak, camels, angora goats, alpaca, llama, etc. Isn't it? The quality and texture of fibers obtained from them is also indicated in the table. Yes, some of the different qualities and what are the different varieties of clothes which we make from different fibers of different animals are also being discussed already. Certain breeds of sheep have thick coat of hair on their body which yields good quality wool in large quantities. Yes, certain breeds means some types or some variety of sheep, they have what? Thick coat of hair on their body and yields good quality in large quantities. Why we are getting large quantity? Because they are having very thick, okay, they are having lots of hair in their skin. Okay, and from there we can get what? Good quality wool in large quantities. Okay, now as mentioned earlier, these sheep are selectively bred. Yes, we have already discussed what is selective breeding. So we are getting the good quality wool because those are selectively bred, okay, with one parent being a sheep of good breed. Now what we do during selective breeding, we choose the parents, and what type of parents are being chosen? Parents which are having good quality, okay. So those parents will be chosen and they will be allowed to breed among themselves, okay. Once the reared sheep, means once the sheep will grow and they will have lots of hair in their body. Now what we will do, we will shave off the hair. Do you know what is shaving here? This hair will be shaved off. Shaved means just like we are shaving our beard. Have you seen your parents or have you seen your father shaving off their beard? Yes, we shave off our beard. So just like that, in the similar way, what we do now, we will shave off the hair of the sheep from their skin, okay. Now let's say a new topic, that is processing fibers into wool. How we process the fibers into wools, or we can say how we get wool from the fibers. What are the processes which we are using? Let's see it. So the wool, see this paragraph now. The wool which is used for knitting sweaters or for weaving shawls is the finished product of a long process which involves the following steps, okay. So the wool, we are getting wool, isn't it? So the wool which is used for knitting, we use the wool for knitting and also for weaving shawls, okay. So this, the wool which is used for knitting and weaving, these are what? These are the finished product, okay. That means these are now wool and we are getting it from the fibers. So how we are getting the wool for knitting and for weaving? Let's see the processes here, okay. We'll see it step by step. So before going to the processes step by step, let me show you some of the images of knitting and weaving to make you clear what is knitting and what is weaving, okay. Okay, the first step is step 1. Step 1, the flesh of sheep along with thin layer of skin is removed from its body. This process is called shearing. So in the first step, what we do, it is shearing. Process of removing flesh of sheep along with a thin layer of skin, okay, from its body is called shearing. What we will remove? We will remove flesh. Flesh means what? Hair of a sheep, okay, with a thin layer of skin, okay. So this process is called shearing. Machines similar to those used by barbers are used to shave off hair. What we are using to remove the hair of the sheep? We are using a shaving machine, okay, just like the barbers are using a machine to shave off the beard, isn't it? Just like that, same machines are being used to shave off the hair of a sheep, okay. Usually hair are removed during hot weather. When do we remove the hair? During hot weather. This enables sheep to survive without the protective coat of hair. Why? So that the sheep can survive without the protective coat of hair. Now, isn't it important that the sheep must have a hair in their body, isn't it? They need hair in their body to protect them from cold, okay. But during summer, the weather is what? It is hot, and they do not need hair during summer, but they need the hair during winter, okay, so that they can get protection from the cold. But during summer, it is not important, okay. So that is why we do shearing during summer season, okay. The hair provide woolen fibers. The woolen fibers are then processed to obtain woolen yarn. Now from the woolen fiber, means the flesh of the sheep, they are giving us what? Woolen fiber. We get the fiber, and from the woolen fiber we are getting what? We are getting woolen yarn. So remember this, students. First of all, we will get the fibers, okay. From where? From the flesh. That means from hair we get, from flesh we get fibers, okay, and from fibers we will get what? We will get yarn, YARN, understood? From flesh we get fibers, and from fibers we get yarn, understood? Shearing does not hurt the sheep just as it does not hurt when you get a haircut, your parents, when your father is having their beard, it doesn't hurt because the outer skin, okay, the outermost layer of skin which is present in our body are what? They are dead cells. They are already dead. That is why even if they come out when we are shaving, it doesn't hurt. Understood? So what happens? We are shaving off the hair of a sheep during summer season, but they need the hair during winter, isn't it? So what happens when we are cutting our hair, or if we shave off our beard, it grows back, yes or no? It grows back, yes. So the same way the hair of a sheep will grow back, okay, and they will not have any problem during winter season. Step 2. The sheared skin with hair is thoroughly washed in tanks to remove grease, dust and dirt. So this is called what? Scouring. Okay. So the process of washing away the dust, oil and the grease from the sheared skin or the sheared hair is known as scouring. Okay. So second step, what we are doing? Scouring. In the first step, what we have done? We did shearing. Okay. In the second step, now we are doing scouring. Nowadays scouring is done by machines. In the third step, what we do? After scouring, sorting is done. What we do in the third step? We do sorting. Okay. The hairy skin is sent to a factory where hair of different textures are separated and sorted. Now sorting means what? We are separating the different types of hair. Okay. As we have already studied that the sheep has two different types of fibers. Okay, hair fibers in their body. One is what? Coarse beard hair, and the second type is fine soft under hair, isn't it? So now in the third step, what we do? We do sorting. Sorting means what? Separation of different types of fibers or different textures, means different qualities. Textures means different qualities. Okay. Now let's see the fourth step. Okay, what we do? The small fluffy fibers called burrs, okay, are picked out from the hair. These are the same burrs which sometimes appear on your sweater. Now what we do in the fourth step? The small fluffy fibers, very small fibers, okay, fibers. Those fibers are called what? They are called burrs. An example of a sweater. We do wear sweater in our winter season, isn't it? So in our sweater we see some furs, yes or no? Some of the very thin hair like furs are there in our sweater. So that those very thin fluffy hairs or fibers are known as burrs. The fibers are scoured again and dried. That means these fibers, means the burrs, they are what? Again they will be washed and then dried. Okay, this is the wool ready to be drawn into fibers. Now these fibers are what? They are ready to be drawn into fibers. This is the wool ready to be drawn into fibers. Now let's say the fifth step. The fibers can be dyed in various colors as the natural fleece of sheep and goats is black, brown or white. See, what is the color of a hair of a sheep, goat or a cow? They may be black, it may be brown, it may be white or it may be grey, isn't it? So most of the hairs in animals are there black, brown or white. Okay, for example, in case of sheep also they are having what? White hairs, or we can say it as grey. So but what we are doing? We use clothes of different colors, isn't it? So we need different colors of clothes, or we need different colors in wool. Yes. So what we can do is, in the fifth step, what we do? We can dye. Dye means we can put color. Okay, dye means color. Okay, so we can color the fibers into different colors. Okay, we can put different colors in the fibers. So in the sixth step, what we do? The fibers are strengthened, combed and rolled into yarn. Okay, so strengthened, just like we strengthen our hair, so same way we strengthen the fibers of a sheep, and also we comb Okay, just like we comb our hair, same way we comb the fibers and roll into yarn. Okay, I'll show you the image here. You can check on the image and make clear what is called yarn. Okay, and it is rolled. Okay, the longer fibers are made into wool for sweaters and the shorter fibers are spun and woven into woolen clothes. Okay, so longer fibers are what? They are made into wool for sweaters. We use it as a wool for sweaters. And the shorter fibers, now they will be what? They will be spun, means short fibers together, they will be spinned and they will be joined and woven into woolen clothes. Now let's see the process of making wool from fibers step by step in the picture. Okay, the first step was shearing, means to remove the hair from the shape. Okay, and second step was scouring. Scouring means to wash the hair, to remove the dirt, oils, etc. Okay, this is also a step, means the second step where we do scouring. So here scouring is done by using a machine. Okay, and in the next picture it is shown rolling into yarn. How we are rolling the fibers into yarn. Here in this image it is shown. So now we can memorize all the steps by remembering this flow chart. Okay, this flow chart. The process of fiber into fabric can be represented as what? The first step was shearing, and the second step was scouring, third was sorting, and in the fourth step what we do? Cleaning of burrs. We remove the burrs, isn't it? The small fluffy hairs. Okay, those we are removing. And then what we do? We do coloring, and then we are rolling into yarn. Okay, so these are the steps, okay, which is involved in the process of making fibers into wool. Okay, so thank you. That's it for today. Let's continue the remaining part in the next.